Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. Last episode, we may or may not have gotten our butts kicked by Tigga. Kinda depends on how hard you were crushing on Lean as a kid. But regardless, she is not in our party anymore, cause Tigga has feelings for her and she's not entirely decided on her own feelings. So we're gonna have Rand fill in for her. He'll be a good substitute. And also, obligatory reminder, make sure that Ryu has an empty inventory slot so he'll have higher preemptives, and also be sure that whosoever wears the Holy Scarf is in the front of the marching order at all times. And as for our mission, we're going to raid the Road Chapel or Bando Church, depending on your translation, to find a way into the holy city of Evrai to rescue Rand's mom, as this helpful NPC is about to tell us. Yeah. Anyways, joining us for all that is Skyzo. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Hello, everyone.
And here's the big man ourself. One of a kind, Tigga is. Nobody quite like him.
Is he getting married? Seems like it.
Perhaps. Also, I know that massive damage to the weak spot is somewhat of a meme. I'm not really familiar with it, though. Are you?
I've never heard of it. I imagine it's a niche meme for this game, this series.
Perhaps. Anyways, I wonder, how is this game ever gonna pose any challenge for us the way Tigga has infinite HP? I mean, he is coming with us, right?
It's probably too good to be true.
Or not? Oh, he's claustrophobic. Oh darn.
I mean, this isn't even a small place. This guy's huge and can fit in.
Well, speaking of huge, let's show off our newfound Ares shield on Ryu's Emperor's Edge and see just how much damage we can inflict in one attack. Ah, got him! Oh, that's so satisfying. And then Sten does only like 1/10 of that. Man, might is good.
That's pretty strong, actually.
That's what double your attack stat will do. That's even with this game's messed up damage formulas, where attack starts having diminishing returns as you get higher and higher. Anyways, these guys. So, the Red Ghosts, the Mind Blasters, they can cast Ice Blast on you, once again, 100 damage ice spell. And these Living Armors can drain AP, and we want all of Ryu's AP for the upcoming boss fight, so I would prefer to fight either these Living Spirits right here and just whack them upside the head with melee attacks, or I would fight a monster encounter called the Death Spiders, which we could have found at the Thieves' Tome, but we didn't get to see it. We're gonna rectify that.
Right.
And I don't think, they take half damage from all attacks except spirit attacks, so even Ryu's mighted increased attack stat isn't guaranteed to kill them. That's why I sometimes have Sten attack for scratch damage, but it's pretty dang close. Much closer than it has any right to be.
Can definitely see that.
And here's this dungeon's puzzle. We want this tile to move 4 times to get to the spot we want to go. If we do it less, we can find some people in jail crying out for us to rescue them and all that, and I think maybe see a treasure chest. But what we want is 4 of these down to the right. And actually, if you stand on these tiles long enough, for about 5 minutes, you'll get access to a series of secret rooms that you're not supposed to be able to get access to until this Church of Saint Ava is destroyed. Spoiler alert, yes, we do end up blowing the bad guys' base. Sorry to spoil that. And also, if we hadn't got the spell crit on that Fire Blast, the Emperor's Edge can cast lightning when you use it as an item, so we still would have gotten the kill, but we are going to wait until after we beat the boss to get those secret rooms, because after we beat him, all encounters go away, so that's just more efficient.
Alright, now for something that's not necessarily related, but how long do you think, like, how far into this game are we, like, as a percentage?
First let's talk about our setup. So, I want Sten to have more than 220 defense, because that's the maximum amount of attack this next boss will have. Remember, if he gets too heavily damaged, he goes back to normal Sten, and he has the Fire Dirk, or Flame Dirk? Crimson Dirk, yes. Which will hit the weakness of every single one of these guys, so he's gonna be really good for this boss fight. And Ryu can survive just fine on the Earth Armor, so he's not too bad off, so make sure you keep that in mind before walking in here. Anyways, completion percent, I'd say 80%, I'd say.
Right. Well, I ask because we've been out for a while, and he's about to turn to a demon.
Also tried to rescore the pre-conversation part of this with the first part of A Voice from the Darkness. Has a nice ominous sound, but it was too short of a loop. I couldn't find a way to extend it convincingly, so I just settled for what I ended up with. Anyways, the idea here is we want to buff up Sten's attack while keeping him alive, and have someone use the Fire Spice, since even Sten, with the Might Spell and Crimson Dirk, can't one-hit KO them without a Fire Spice or Flame Blast. And in the meanwhile, Ryu is gonna defend since he's in much weaker armor. And we're gonna kill all but one of these guys, and then spend some time dinkering around making sure Ryu walks into the next fight with full AP, and Sten walks into it with full HP. Get ourselves all prepared, because the next boss is a little tougher than Breath of Fire 2's usual variety. Not that much tougher, but he has some nasty surprises. We'll see.
It's exciting.
And if Nina drops dead there, either use an ammonia on her or just have Rand wake her up. That's also another reason why we brought him, as well as the Purify spell that he has. You'll see why that's important in a moment or two. And with only one of these guys left, they're fairly weak, so this is a pretty chill fight. Nothing too much to worry about here. No need to rush it.
Sure. So far, this isn't too bad. I do enjoy the concept of a boss with he sends waves of enemies at you. It's interesting. I don't think this game has done that before.
Yeah. The only annoying thing is leech power, because that drains your AP, and we're trying to get full AP before the next boss, so this can take a little bit if you're overly cautious like me. You don't have to be so paranoid, Well, by the way, he broke the damage cap there. The game can actually allow you to do more than 999 damage, it just can't display higher than that. Same for healing spells.
That's interesting.
Indeed. Alright, Necromancer. Oh boy. This guy's got some really dangerous abilities, so we want to de-equip the Ares shield so Rand can use it on him instead. If it was equipped to Sten, only Sten could use it for the Might spell. And we just want to start swinging, yeah, right off the gate. Because, see, he's got stuff like the death spell, and unlike Spooky, there are no limitations to his AI. Everything he does is random, so we want to get off the ground running.
He does seem like one of the more intimidating bosses, like in terms of strength. He's the strongest one so far, it seems.
And appearance.
He looks really cool.
And arguably even worse than that is Foul Breath, which can get zombie on everyone. As a reminder, zombie will turn you into a zombie on the next turn after it inflicts, which basically is instant death, because they turn against you. And the only way to cure them is to kill them and then revive them. So for that, that's why we got the Holy Tears from Windia. That and the Cure-Alls or Panaceas are the only things that can cure a zombie. That and the Purify spell. So you want to be really careful, especially when you're looking at Super Sten's sprite, because fusions don't have wounded animations. So the only way you can tell if Sten has zombie or not is whether he turns a bit purple. Watch out for that.
Right. Well, as usual, items just come to the rescue.
Indeed. Also, here's his Desperation attack. A desperate attempt at staying alive, if I ever saw one. He has a 50% chance of doing that each turn once he's below half HP, so he actually becomes less dangerous after you've dropped him below that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's only 30 health points. It's pretty low.
Indeed. Alright, let's see what's inside here. The road to Evrai. Kind of literal, I don't see a road? Well, whatever. Let's go back to that puzzle room and yeah. Now we can conveniently get our next set of treasures, or as convenient as you can call having to wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think this puzzle was very well thought out.
Yeah, oh well. Anyways, room number 2 has a star shield, super strong, and more importantly has lightning resistance. That is going to be very relevant for the game's second to last boss, who uses a spell called Valhalla. Then in room number 3 is something called the Crimson Cloak. Super strong, can equip on anyone, lightweight. I think it also resists fire. And then in the last room is yet another Shaman. Probably the game's most useless one, since she doesn't give any stat boosts unless paired with another Shaman. She was supposed to give you luck, but once again, Breath of Fire 2 is buggy, so darn.
So luck doesn't do anything?
Well, no, luck does. It's just her boost doesn't activate like it should.
Oh.
Anyways, let's go. Oh my! It's not Manson again! How'd he survive?
No, so we have just killed. That's interesting.
Or maybe Lean and Tigga were just having some fun with us.
Well then.
Alright, so something I just thought about. We're going to all this effort to try and get into the city of Evrai, but Clarice, remember that woman Clarice who was part of the Resistance?
Well, what about her?
Well, we met her in the city of Evrai, right? So clearly she found a way to get in there without Mina sacrificing herself, right?
I guess so, now that you pointed out.
And the Road to Evrai item, it's basically so we can go in and out rather than getting trapped like we did last time. And remember guys, always act jealous. That will make the women 100 times more into you. It's because see her mood here. It's a lot happier. We're unhappy she's with Tigga, and that makes Lean happy. Always remember that, guys. But anyways, so was there any point to Mina's sacrifice, ultimately?
Not really, and it's not surprising coming from this game.
I saved that complaint until now, but it's also part of the reason why I don't like the plot point that much, because, you know, ultimately, all we needed to do was just keep going south from Pharma, find out about this resistance, find out how they're getting in, and just beat up Father Manson. The whole plot point, as impactful as it was emotionally, could have been skipped, and Mina could have had a happier life.
Yeah, pretty much.
But oh well. I can't help how the writers told to write their story. So instead, let's go to a church and offer about 2,000 zenny in donations. Now that we have more than 100 zenny to rub together, he will actually accept our money instead of giving 10 zenny back.
Well, that sounds convenient.
Well, I mean, it's not Are you talking about how convenient it was in part 4 where we got free money?
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah. Anyways, you really don't get anything from this. What you get is this book. It goes into your key items menu, and then you look at it, and it says it's the Gospel of the Lord Evanth, the god's full name, and that will come into play at a quiz later on, when one of the believers of Evrai questions you about your faith. But that's not really necessary for progressing the game, and if you talk to this guy, he actually says the Lord Evanth's full name at one point. So, don't pay the 2,000 zenny, I'm just showing it off, just for thoroughness' sake.
Well, it's nice that you show it, even though it's, you know, it's not really good.
Yeah. What I also like is this guy who has been helpful for the entire game. Even though he's obviously opposed to us telling him that Eva is the bad guy, he still has conflicted feelings about us. Like, his powers keep telling him that there's something important about us, and he just doesn't know how to feel about that. It's why he's one of my favorite side characters in the game.
That's nice.
Anyways, this is Fiona Day Questers signing out. Be sure to join us tomorrow for the start of the big assault on Evrai's capital. And this time, there will be an assaulting. See you guys then.
Alright then, I'll see you later.
Have a nice day and God bless you.